G'day everyone, Rach here from Book Piles. Welcome to a flick through of my 2024 reading journal. Sorry for no face shots. I think I need to just get this video filmed. There's a bit of chaos going on in the house, so just want to get on with it and get it done. For the past few weeks I have been working on my reading journal for next year. If you watched my 2023 reading journal, you know that I was in a Hobonichi A6 day free, and then when my reading went kaput in January when I got sick, I ended up basically not using that, and when I got back into reading and I was thinking about things, I realized that I actually prefer using my Happy Planner for my reading journal. It's easier to take in and take out and add in pages. You know, I can make this as thick as I need it to be, and I can keep collections. Like if I had started a collection in that A6, I'd have had to have transferred it somehow for next year, or end up with endless planners or notebooks with 2 or 3 collections I want to keep, whereas in this I can just keep what I want. So I decided for 2024 we're going back to a Happy Planner. Just a little note, Happy Planner, if you're watching this video, could you please come out with some new reading stuff? I just saw that there was a Bridgerton Be Happy box, which I didn't see in time, and it sold out, and actually when I looked at it I didn't like it anyway, but I feel like we need some new reading notebooks or something, and dividers and things, please. So this is an old notebook from 2 or 3 years ago, and it's basically the only reading type cover that I have got. So what I will say, I'm just trying to get rid of that light a little bit, there are still a few things still to be done. I'm actually moving from the office I've been using into a corner of my bedroom, so I've got a lot of stuff in boxes at the moment, and there are certain things I can't finish for a little bit longer, but I will show you. My plan is to do a quarterly flip through, so you'll see it set up as it is today, and then the next time I'll show it will be late March, and hopefully by then the missing things will have been done. I've just got a couple more weeks of chaos, and then things will calm down and I can spend a couple of hours prettying things. I've also got, coming from Studio Calico, 3 new stamp sets related to books, so I might want to save some things in case I want to use those new stamp sets, so we'll just see. So I thought it's as ready as it's going to be at the moment, and I thought I would just get it filmed, explain a few things that I want to add, and then hopefully when I do a end of first quarter flip through, all of that stuff will be done. So let's crack on. I was experimenting, I don't know if you're going to be able to see it, maybe here. I found some old Stampin' Up plastic pockets which are hole punched, and I decided just to try disc bound punching them to see if they would work, and it's actually worked out okay. This card is from a pack that I got from Studio Calico earlier this year sometime. I'm not sure if it's still on their website at all or not, but so I quite like that, so I've kind of got that at the front, but I'm not sure where it will go eventually because there is something else. And then in the back here I've got 2 things, so I'm just keeping safe for now. This is going to be my bookmark for next year, and the idea is that at the end of every day my dot markers will be within reach in my room, which is where I will primarily probably read next year. At the end of every day I'm going to dot what genre I have read, so it'll keep an account of the number of days I read and what I read on those days, but nothing else. So I'm just storing that in here for now. The other thing I'll say with this in mind, and I'm very much aware of this, I think there is some redundancy going on in here, and I probably need to do it for a couple of months to decide what I do and don't need to keep. This is my key for next year, so what the colours refer to, what all my little symbols throughout the planner refer to, so I'm also just keeping that in there. When I came back into reading, which was around June or July, and I decided I wasn't using the A6 Day Free again, I created this page in here, and I just went and filled in from the other book what I had already read at the start of the year. I'm bumping the tripod. Let's move this away a little bit. And then I've just continued to fill it in as the year has gone on. And this will move. I've realized yesterday when I was making sure I had this ready for the video, I need one more section which I'm going to call archive, and some things will get kept in that and some things won't. So anyway, so that's my reading log for this year. I think I've got 8 lines left, which is probably all I will need for the rest of the year, but at the moment I'm on a roll. And I am taking, unless I'm reading a non-fiction book, I am reading the book in 1 to 2 days at the moment. So, you know, I think, where's a pointy thing? Everything above there that was read in the first 6 months of the year, and this is the rest of the year. So I'm on a bit of a roll now, and I'm into Christmas books. So anyway, reading log. Then I made this page after seeing it in somebody's reading planner. I apologise for the camera in the way. I don't know how well we can see. Let's come up a little bit. So what they had was, like, they had the total number of books that they read in the first column, and then things were broken down. So the format, the genre, and this one is stars. And so I quite liked that, but again, there may be some redundancy in what I have got planned. So, and on the back of that, I put in a page, again, did I read today? So this is a little bit like the bookmark, and I don't know whether I want to be having loads of the same thing. We'll just see. But I saw this in somebody's, do I want to say My Little Journal? Not sure. But I just really liked that basically all she did was colour in each day if she read, and she either left or put lines through the day she didn't read, and it was all the same colour, and it looked all really pretty, so I quite like that. I knocked this page up back in July when I started in this planner again, and it's an absolute dog's breakfast, but I'm just using it for now. I think that next year I need to use coloured pencils. The colours are just too in your face. So anyway, I've only got to get through to the rest of the year for this, and then I'll probably ditch this page anyway. I put this little page together back in July when I moved into the Happy Planner. So you can see that's one of the A6 pages. I just took my goals pages out of the notebook and stuck them in here, and I redefined my goals, if you like. So initially I always have a goal of 60 books, so I dropped it down to 30 books in July to read by the end of the year. I had to buy 10 physical books only. If I ignore non-fiction books, I stayed under that. If I include non-fiction, I went over it. I did finish The Seven Sisters. I did not read any other Lucinda Rileys, however. I said to read 4 non-fiction books at the beginning of the year, and I ended up reading 3. Read a classic I haven't done. I did have a male author take part in 4 readathons, which I dropped down to 2 in July, and I did 1 for a week. So there we go. And at the moment I'm actually sitting at 32 books finished. I'm on 33 at the moment. So anyway, here we go. This is what I have put together now for 2024. So this is a page that I just stamped with a heap of stamps, mostly Studio Calico. There's Coffee Monsters Co. And then there are a couple of others. This is Newton's something or other. That one and that one. Mama Elephant or something like that. Just a collection of stamps that I had. And because I've got 3 new stamp sets arriving, I may even redo this page too. We'll see, because there are a few issues where things didn't stamp very well. So that is sort of my title page. In my first section will be my tracking things and challenges and stuff like that. So my reading log hasn't changed really since I started doing this. The only thing I've done for this one versus the one at the beginning of the book is I've added a D and F column into it. And then I've got spillover. And then I thought, I've got 2 pages here. I thought I would do, I've seen in a couple of people's journals where they've literally just put the covers of the books they read in order through the book. Through their pages, and I quite like that idea, so I've allowed 2 pages to do that. And this is where we start to get into a little bit of redundancy. So this is basically the same as my bookmark, which is, it's 3 year in pixels things. So I've got genre, which is exactly the same as the bookmark, so I don't know whether I really need to be doing this one as well. I've got format, and I've got length of book. So we'll just see how we go. The bookshelf pages came from the Peanut Butter Taco Bookworm Journal, whatever they call it, which I had for 2022, and I didn't really use either. So I salvaged quite a few pages out of that as well, and that's what these are. So if I use them, I will probably use them with coloured pencils. We'll see. I've got 2. That should be more than enough. My goals for next year, so sticking with the 60 books. I'm doing a version of 24 and 24, and I'm going to do it with books that I own at or by the 31st of December. So anything I own at that point can be included in this page. And so I've broken it down into 10 historical romances, 6 Stuff Your Kindle books, 5 free choice, 2 Lucinda Riley's, and 1 Philippa Gregory, because if you watched the haul from the book fair, I brought a heap of those. So we need to at least read one of them and see if we like her. And then take part in 3 readathons. And then the same paper pack that has that cover picture at the front has a page of tags, and this said book review, so I've crossed out book and put goal. So those are the goals. Anticipated releases, which I haven't really had any time to look at yet, but I will try and get some time after the chaos has settled down. And then a spillover page. Now, my last video, I think, was asking for book recommendations, because I was going to do a take on 12 Friends, 12 Books, and I went with 12 subs, 12 books. But in the end, it's actually only 5 subs and 12 books. I got 17 books altogether recommended and 2 authors, and I boiled it down to this. I went through the list and I looked at all the synopsises of the books and decided that if I had any reasonable chance of reading any of them, these were the ones that I would read. There were two on the list that I struggled to fill gaps, 11 and 12, and I've put them on here and we'll just see how we go. All of the challenges I've given myself for next year are no big deal. It doesn't matter if I don't tick any of these off. We'll just see how we go, but of the list, these were what I knew realistically I would read and enjoy reading. Because if I'm going to end up reading something I don't like, it's either going to throw me completely or, you know, it's just a waste of time. Sci-fi, I mean, yeah. So, the next page is trope bingo. I saw a trope bingo page or photo on Pinterest and I liked that idea, so I have made my own trope bingo, and on this side is where I will actually put the covers of the books that I read, so it should end up with a 5x5 grid of covers over here as well. So I have got Fake Dating, Amnesia, Enemies to Lovers, Reverse Harem, Love Triangle, Forced Proximity, Fairy Tale Retelling, One Beard, Marriage of Convenience, Grumpy Sunshine, Brother's Best Friend, Mafia Romance, Slow Burn Romance, Age Gap, The Star is a Free Choice, Second Chance, Teacher Student, Billionaire, He Falls First, Mistaken Identity, Insta Love, Road Trip, Opposites Attract, Military, and He's a Virgin. So we'll just see. I mean, I primarily aim for Enemies to Lovers is probably my biggest thing. You'll notice there is nothing to do with children on here. I did wonder if I should go outside my comfort zone and put like a nanny romance, but I just can't read a nanny romance. I used to be a nanny. I just cannot read that because all I would see in my head is a parade of all the fathers I've worked for. So no, just can't go down that track. Apologies, I need a bit of water. So, and surprise pregnancy, I just, no, anyway. So I don't read any tropes generally that have children in them. I have read the odd book that has children in them, and it's been fine, but I don't seek them out. And then on this side, I've got book bingo, and I've just made this up myself. I haven't taken it off anything, and again the covers will go over this side. So I've got a male author, a crime novel, because this is still something I'm really interested in, a debut novel, start a series, a New Zealand author because that's where I'm based, purple on the cover, historical fiction, set in Ireland, a Goodreads top 10 romance, a library book, finish a series, a Christmas romance, a free choice, a new to me author, the first physical book I buy in 2024, and I don't know what that's going to be yet, set in London, a one-word title, can be read in one sitting, or I read it in one sitting, a novel with a recipe in it. So I'm not sure how I'm going to come across that one yet. I mean, there are, I'm not sure. Over 400 pages. I cheated a little bit with this bottom square here. This is I've called it, it's the Whitcoulls Top 100 book list. So Whitcoulls is a book selling chain here in New Zealand, and they put out a top 100 every year. And initially I had it as top 10, and then I looked at the top 10 and I'm like, I don't like any of those. So I've added another 0. I've cheated. My game, my rules. Anyway, a sports romance, a reread, which I really don't do, a true crime non-fiction book, and plants on the cover. So the covers will go here once I read them. And then I thought I might have a go at Read the Rainbow. I really don't like the heading, and I may redo it at some point. So I've gone for 8 colours, pink, red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple and black. Series tracker, I've got 6 columns already, but room to expand, and I'm not sure where I'm at with those sorts of things yet anyway, and spillover space. So there we go. This was just a page that I didn't have anything for, so again this is another one from the same set that is in the pack out the front, in the front of the diary, in the pocket. So this is a page that needs a title. This will be the best book of each month, is my intention. And I realise that actually I don't want to show you the next page yet, because I think I'm going to make a separate video on that. So we are going to flip straight over. So I'm going to show you that next page in a separate video. So the next section is going to be my monthly section. So this is where I will record my TBR. I need to add a sort of a to-do list page to this section, which is what the sticky is for. And at the moment I have got all the 12 months of the year. They're not filled in, but I've got them all. And so on the back, I'll record start and finish with a line, because I like to see it on the calendar as well as on that list at the front. This gives me a better idea of how long it actually takes me to read a book. And then I will record on the back what I've actually read. My review page, you know I'm the worst reviewer there is. I intend to be doing fountain pen practice with this, so I'm actually going to write the actual back blurb on the book on the page, some stats that I want to record, the photo cover photo, blimey, and then my thoughts, and that can spill over. Someone had in their book journal a spread for the first line of the book, and I thought that was really cool. But rather than do a dedicated spread, I think I'm going to keep it all on the book page. So the first line of the book, and if there are any quotes that I really like from the book, I will add. So everything about the book will be on the book page. So this is kind of like my template, and then I will just do it on whatever filler paper I've actually got. So that's my monthly section. Then my book list section. Sometime prior to whenever the last Stuff Your Kindle was, I actually sat down on my Kindle and made a list of every book that was on the Kindle, because I can't remember what's on there. And it was before I had actually discovered how you find it on Amazon. I have now found that, which has made life a lot easier. But this was done before I knew that function. So, and when I did it in the spreadsheet, I didn't understand with the A to Z that it would take the first word, which is the first author's, their forename rather than their surname. So it's not actually in surname order, it's in first name order, but that doesn't matter. So these pages are everything that was on the Kindle up until August of 2023, and I just cross out, I think you can see, they're not really heavy lines, but I just cross out as I have read the book, yeah. Then I did the same thing for Stuff Your Kindle and mucked up, because I added an extra column which put the things on a different page, and I'm not happy with those. So I might rewrite those pages. There's only 3 of them. My camera is flashing, so I'm going to try and speed up and get this done before the camera cuts out. This is the list of all the purchases I've made on my Kindle since I did that other list, and I'm just ticking off as I've read them. This is a list of all the physical historical romances I've got, and I will be doing the same for all my contemporary fiction, either romance, normal fiction, historical fiction. Anything that isn't considered an historical romance will go on this list. I photographed all my books before I had to shift them around and pack some up, so I can work on that list at some point. My next section will be authors, and at the moment it's just storing bits of paper, but I intend to have a back catalogue list of a variety of authors which I've started adding to, so that I can figure out, you know, who I've read, what I've read, that sort of thing. And that's really all I've got at the moment. I just threw this page together earlier in the year because I was reading the Lucky Harbour series by Jill Shalvis, and I've only read the first 3. I don't know if I'm going to carry on with that series yet or not, but I will do a much tidier version of this. And that's all I've got in my reading journal currently, but I am going to add, there's just my tatty stuff at the back, I am going to add one more section that I'm going to call archive, and then I will keep a few bits and bobs from each year in the archive. So there we go. I hope you enjoyed the flip through. If you've got any questions, throw them down in the comments below, and I will catch you in another video soon. Thanks everyone. Bye for now.